We're going to do a quick video on how to set up the NateChrony Wi-Fi. This is purely an optional step. When you power up the NateChrony, it will try to connect to an existing network if configured. Then it will create its own access point, Chrony X is a number, that you can connect to and shoot. If you want to put a password on the Chrony network or set up the network for the Chrony to connect to, these are the steps you'll follow. First thing we'll do is to power up the Chrony. So when that powers up, it'll create its own network by default without a password. Okay, we can see here it's number 66, so we can connect to that network. The tablet is now connected to the Chrony's network. As such, the tablet won't have any other connectivity. If you're using your phone, it won't have internet connectivity. So we're going to open up the web page here, and there it is, there's the Chrony. We're going to set up the additional parameters on the Wi-Fi. Click on Wi-Fi. The first one there is to add a password to the Chrony network. The second section here is if you want that Chrony to connect to an existing network. By connecting to an existing network and then connecting to the Chrony, your mobile or tablet will have access to the internet and any other connectivity. So we're going to put a password in here. Just be mindful of the password length requirements, which is part of Wi-Fi. We're also going to connect to the guest network here as well. So we go to Nate's_guest. All right, so we hit submit. That's going to save those passwords and it's going to reboot the Chrony. So we go back to our Wi-Fi settings. We can see the Chrony network is here and also our guest network. If we go to the Chrony network, it now asks for that password. That'll stop other people connecting to your Chrony if you don't want them to. All right, so we're now connected to the Chrony network with a password. We can open up the Chrony, and there we are up and running. The other important thing to note is that you want to change one parameter, you need to change everything. It writes all values each and every time. So if you want to change the Chrony password, you will have to re-enter the existing network to connect to as well. All right, so that's when we're using the Chrony network. What we're going to do now is to connect our device to our guest network. We'll put in our temporary password. So the tablet is now connected to the guest network. We're now going to connect to the Chrony over that guest network. Now we get the IP address from the router or maybe the mobile hotspot. Look at the device that it's connecting to be able to get those details. For this particular case, it's 1.191. There it is there. So we're now connecting to the network over the guest network, but we can also still connect to it over the Chrony network as well. When you're connecting via an existing network, I've tested up to 7 people can access the Chrony via that other network. I wouldn't really push that past 5 too much. You may get unexpected results. So that's how to set up the Wi-Fi. You can put a password on the Chrony network and also make the Chrony connect to an existing network. That'll allow more people to connect to it at once, or just allow the device, such as your mobile or the tablet, to keep Wi-Fi and internet access while you're actually using the NateChrony. Good luck, enjoy your testing.